Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be talking about transit Mars, sextile, or trine the natal ascendant. Well, first thing, people, is that this could be rather auspicious for channeling energy constructively as opposed to destructively. This could be also about having the right amount of energy to do things. Now, the transit Mars conjunct the natal ascendant is similar to this, but with the transit Mars conjunct the ascendant, it's really strongly about intensification of this energy and vitality. You could have really almost a surfeit of energy with that transit aspect in overabundance, where in this one, when you have transit Mars making a sextile or trine to your natal ascendant, it's really, I see this as just about the right amount of energy, just ample enough energy to do your everyday tasks, whether it's work or doing laborious work, whether it's like construction, whatever you might be doing. Also, this could be very favorable for competition. And if you're somebody that is an athlete, this could obviously be even more auspicious and more favorable for you, because if you already have athletic prowess and you have this transit happening, this could perhaps even really make you perform at a very high level in terms of athletic prowess. So this could be a very good aspect for athletes, and also for people that are in a Mars-like profession, such as surgery, the military, law enforcement. This could be rather good for somebody that's in some kind of combative sport, like karate, boxing, wrestling, or mixed martial arts. Now, the thing about this, when you have this transit aspect, this is really about a lot of positive Mars energy coming in. This could be about, showing some leadership prowess and ability, but without being overly bossy, domineering, or dictatorial. It's really could be by showing leadership by example and through what you do. And really, it's also good just for actions in general. This is a very positive aspect for being more action-oriented than usual, putting the body into action. The ascendant is, of course, it represents the physical body, and you have Mars making a good aspect by transit to it. It could give just really being able to do the right actions at the right time. And depending on where Mars is transiting, if it's in the third house and it's making a sextile aspect to your ascendant, of course this could be doing the right actions perhaps in your neighborhood or with neighbors, and being there, maybe doing something and connected with perhaps even transportation, like working on cars. And of course, let's say if Mars is in Gemini at that time, of course that would even accentuate that even more, because of course when Mars is in Gemini, people often will show more their dexterity, their ability to be dexterous and work working with their hands more. So also, this could be positive for just vigorous work in general. It could be good if you're doing construction or doing any kind of strong, laborious work. And also, another difference going back to the transit Mars conjunct the ascendant. When you have transit Mars conjunct the ascendant, of course, it's going to be opposite the descendant. So this could indicate, when you have that transit aspect, some contentious and disputatious situations, perhaps with a significant other, or perhaps even making open enemies or open adversaries. When you have a transit Mars making a sextile or trine to your natal ascendant, of course, it's going to sextile or trine your natal descendant. If it's making, let's say, if it's making a sextile to your natal ascendant, then of course, it's going to trine your natal descendant. If it's making a trine aspect to your natal ascendant, of course, it's going to make a sextile aspect to your natal descendant. So it makes it more auspicious for situations with the significant other, less likely to create open adversaries or perhaps exacerbate situations with them. So it's really, when you have, if you have any open enemies, that is. Now, It's also, I mean, good for, I mean, since it makes that aspect to the one of those aspects to the descendant, well, that could indicate perhaps maybe you could have certain arguments or debate without really being disputatious with a significant other. This could be, or somebody that might be in a partnership situation, such as a business partnership, where you can constructively debate and discuss something without coming across as overbearing or arrogant, and really in doing something which might incite some kind of argument or dispute. And also, as far as this transit goes, if by chance you have surgery during this time, this could be rather propitious and beneficial for surgery, because Mars is about that, and of course it's making a good aspect to the physical body. Now, at the same time, if Mars is retrograde, you might want to hold off if you're able to. That is, unless it's so eminent you have to take care of something that's that critical. So, I mean, and also you want to look for contraindicators as well. I mean, say transit Saturn making an adverse aspect to your natal Mars, and just other things too, and just see that there's enough transit aspects which would be beneficial for surgery. So in that instance, so also, I mean, this is good too in terms of just having that general positive energy and having your actions mean something. And also it's good too, I think, in terms of just, well, I mean, avoiding perhaps accidents, because when Mars is adversely aspecting the ascendant, which of course I'm going to get to in the next video, then I think there could be a little more propensity for accidents, because you're really looking at some of the bad qualities of Mars, then of course connected with the physical body. But when you have it making a sextile or trine by transit to the natal ascendant, I think there's a little less proclivity to do that, and being able to move around and do things aggressively, but at the same time be careful and prudent enough where you're not really having, we're less accident prone, being more alert. And also to keep in mind that Mars does rule sharp instruments and objects, so it can be something where if you are, especially if you're in a profession where you're using sharp objects and you're hair cutting, or you're using shears, you're doing some lawn landscaping work, this could be very beneficial for that in terms of not getting an injury, or you're doing some kind of work or any other work that involves using sharp instruments, such as perhaps a cutting blade or something. So anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment for transit Mars sextile or trine the natal ascendant. Stay tuned next time, where I'll be talking about transit Mars square, inconjunct, or opposition the natal ascendant. Two things I want to get with you on before I head out. Firstly, the stars may impel but do not compel. And secondly, never isolate any single astrological element, aspect, planetary placement, position, configuration, influence, or what have you, and make an analysis of a person, astrologically speaking, based on this alone, because astrologically speaking, the person is the sum of all their components in their natal chart, and not just one. Until next time, people, stay well.